Gemini, if you want more money, time, energy, creativity, and joy in 2026, then this reading is for you. It's your abundance activation reading for 2026. Using astrology and tarot and oracle cards, we are going to dive in and give you some insights into energies you can use to activate your abundance in the year ahead. So Gemini, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. So awesome to see you here. My name is Stella Wilde, and I am going to dive in with all of these beautiful decks for you to get your abundance activation energy for 2026. Now, please do keep in mind that this is a general reading. If you would like me to look at your personal astrology in regards to money, my money activation astrology reading is available. I'll leave a link to it in the description in case you're interested. All right, Gemini. So the first energy that we are pulling today is from the Wealth Code Oracle, and we will get a planetary energy that you can tune in with, and then we are going to clarify it with some tarot. All right, Gemini, for your abundance activation, what is the card for you? Let us see. Ooh, we have the Engineer and we have Mars. Okay. Every problem has a solution. Curious, productive, technical, hardworking, focused, creative, competent, practical, competitive, decisive, determined, analytical, adventurous, loyal, and generous. So paying attention to where Mars is. Currently, Mars is in Capricorn, your 8th house of transformation. But paying attention to where Mars is transiting for you in the year ahead could be something to keep an eye on. Mars is how we use our energy. I talk about Mars as the arrow of desire because that is the glyph, the circle with the arrow on it. Where are you pointing your energy? What are you directing it toward? And yes, as it says here, the Engineer, what are you building? Especially in Capricorn, which is where Mars is right now. It's definitely got an engineer vibe of building. So what are you building upon? What are you going to be building in terms of a transformation, since Mars is in Capricorn right now, starting the flavor of the year ahead? How are you undertaking a transformation in your life in order to activate abundance of whatever kind and form in your year ahead? And as it says here, every problem has a solution. Uranus is getting ready to go back in your sign at the end of April 2026. Uranus, classic energy of eureka moments and solutions that come up out of the ether, seemingly out of the blue. And Uranus very much associated with genius. So you could find yourself, perhaps, if you tap in and use the energies of Uranus, of changing up your identity in some way, in the ways you think about problem solving. And you could come up with very unique solutions that transform your life. But it could be having something to do with this Uranus going into that first house of activating change in a different way for yourself. Your identity, changing it up, which is tying in with that 8th house of transformation with the Mars in Capricorn currently. Mars takes about 6 to 7 weeks to move through each sign. So again, you need to keep an eye on the calendar when Mars is getting ready to transit into your sign as well. I do not have that date at my disposal right now, but you can look it up online, and that may also be a very active energy point for you when Mars is in your sign in the year ahead. All right, what do we have here? We have the Virgo, we have the Hermit, and we have the Four of Wands. So talk about tapping into genius with the Hermit, the genius of one's own mind and the thoughts, ideas, beliefs, etc., that exist when you are in your state of calm and quiet. the Hermit. So there could be something here where in order to open up this new path for yourself with this Four of Wands that's showing up, this Aries, Mars, that's your energy for the year ahead, rules Aries. Aries is your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, personal gains, networks, and expansion and growth. It is also a house of luck. You activate luck, you activate abundance, luck in your life when you are tuned in and tapped into the spiritual solutions also to any problems that you are encountering, especially when it comes to some new direction, new opening, new road that you would like to take in your life. So Four of Wands, yes, is a celebration energy, of course. It's tied in with Mars, Aries, April. But it is also, as you can see in this particular card with I call it the money path, the path that is going through this green forest and the Four Wands acting as a gateway. So there could be some energy activating here for you to find a money solution in some way, but it may involve tapping into higher wisdom, the Hermit that's showing up here. It could tap into burning the midnight oil, so to speak, the Hermit. It could tap into doing something yourself rather than relying on other people in order to open up a lucky path for you. Okay, so all of that is possible. And as it says here, being determined, analytical, decisive, and practical. And we have the practical energy also showing up here with the Virgo. Virgo is your 4th house of foundation in your life. So this could signal you building some sort of new abundant foundation for yourself from which many things could grow that you might be celebrating by the end of the year, possible with this Four of Wands showing up. So that's what I would say here. How do you plan on using these particular energies? Being very aware of your use of energy with Mars showing up here. And not just saying yes to things to say yes to them, but if they're really also spiritually aligned with you, with the Hermit. Because there is something important for you to do on your own, to keep in private maybe until it's ready to be forged ahead with on a new path. That's also this Hermit energy with this Four of Wands. So Mars can be doing something in private with this Hermit. And then when it is ready and when you feel ready, it can be about opening it up for public consumption, sharing the news with the world, etc. with this going on here. But also because we have the number 4 and the Hermit rules your 4th house, and Mars, how we use our energy, there could be something connected here with lots of things going on and around your home. Where are you living? Where do you foundationally feel secure? Are you on an adventure to find a place that feels spiritually aligned for you? That is another possibility. So if you're interested in that particular topic, you may want to check out my What Am I Doing with My Life video. I will leave a link to it in the description where I touch on those themes from an astrology perspective and also a personal one. So you might be interested in that, but that's also kind of speaking to me here for you, because it could be too that maybe with this Hermit, this Mars, like you're doing some internal reflection so that you can activate yourself, Mars, and launch yourself into a whole new environment, that Four of Wands, since it rules your 11th house, where you can connect with people, your house of friendships and networks that are more aligned with your own energy. That's the Mars, but not just any old energy, your spiritual energy with the Hermit. All right, Gemini, now let's pull from our Oracle of the Sun and see what else you need to know about activating abundance in your life in the year ahead. Gemini, let us see what we have here. Ooh, we have versatility. We have the Sun in Gemini. There is your energy showing up here. So your birthday season could be particularly interesting for you. And versatility, trying out different things, being flexible. You are a mutable sign. You like to experiment and be versatile. You're jack of many trades, so to speak. All right, so let's see what we need to know about this for you. And since we just had the engineer with Mars, it could be about finding different ways to use your energy that would help you, of course, activate your abundance, but also here that help you with the pursuit of your personal goals, because this is the Sun card. And the Sun is about our ego, our identity, our personal goals, our personal energy. So let us see what we need to know about this for you, Gemini. Wow, look at this repeating, the Four of Wands and the Page of Swords. Ooh, I'm getting chills. Okay. So this could be about celebrating some sort of new path that you might be getting started for yourself. With this Page of Swords here, making an important decision to open up a new door for yourself. Because of the way you're being flexible, you're finding different solutions, which is what this card, the Mars, right? Every problem has a solution. The Mars card was about. So the joy of celebration in finding a solution. This Page of Swords indicates that there may be more information to come. I do think April might be an important month for you, as well as your birthday season, with the energy this double Four of Wands showing up. But there is something here with this Page of Swords also of focused flexibility, focused versatility. It's not just about being versatile for the sake of it. What is really aligned with your goals? If you want this new beginning, if you want this new threshold situation, how can you do it with this Page of Swords here? By rethinking, going back to the drawing board and looking at something again. And taking a more, like I said, versatile, flexible, finding options that could work for you and that could ultimately be better in some way. So that's what I think going on here, like using your Mercury very focused and strategic to find out certain information that could open a door for you, but also here that could help you make a decision. Like you're poised here, the Page of Swords, like they're ready, but then wait a minute. So there is something here to be rethinking, I do believe, with how you're approaching this door opening situation in your life with this Four of Wands, in whatever way this applies to your specific situation in your life. This threshold moment of this Four of Wands. It could be here. I'm just getting a buzz. That's why I paused for a moment. It could be also reviewing, are you being too flexible? Like maybe you're bending and contorting, as you can see in this card with this person doing gymnastics, to satisfy other people, but what about you? So there may be even the flip side of that to be taking a look at, that this is much more about your own inner world, the fourth house showing up with this, Four of Wands twice, and the Hermit, your fourth house, about your own inner world and inner needs rather than so much what other people are wanting from you, and you're twisting yourself into a pretzel to do it. So activating your abundance in the year ahead could be very focused in on, again, that Sun in Gemini card of, am I being flexible because other people are demanding it from me? Or is it what I really want? Does it suit me and my goals going forward or not? All right, let's see another card, Gemini. This is very interesting energy showing up here for you. Let us see what else we need to know. Gemini. Ooh, we have Moon in Leo. Appreciation. Look at this gorgeous cornucopia on this card. So plenty showing up through activating your joy. The top half of this card is a woman playing a lyre, a guitar, and a little bird of joy, a blue bird of happiness flying in. Moon, our emotional state, Moon in Leo. loves creativity, loves music, loves drama, loves theater, right? But also loves the good things in life. So it could be, of course, Jupiter is going into Leo at the end of June. So it might be tied in with that particular transit, but this is the moon we're talking about. And it says appreciation. So having that attitude of gratitude may be a way to activate more abundance in your life of all the good things that Leo can bring. Okay, so let us see. And the Leo energy is your third house of communication. So it could be about communicating your needs, your wishes. Again, communicating with gratitude, keeping a gratitude journal, etc. Because those types of things absolutely can help you align with greater abundance. The Six of Cups, beautiful. And the Eight of Cups. All right. So we have the gift here of emotional closure, I think. And coming to the end of some sort of emotional cycle in your life, receiving that ending with gratitude and joy. This is not sad. This is not like a sad situation here because we have the Six of Cups. But I do feel like there is something that you are perhaps very appreciative of with this moon in Leo, but now it's time for a new emotional cycle to begin. So you are being given the gift, perhaps from the universe, the Six of Cups here, to emotionally let go of something with love and appreciation. And this can happen in all our lives, season, reason, a lifetime. It could be some sort of person in your life. It could be, a creative project you're wrapping up with love, a home situation you're letting go of because you're moving on to something better. These types of things. All right. So that's what I would say here. Receive the gift with love and appreciation of an emotional cycle ending so that the new one can begin. And not struggle to hold on to things that are naturally concluding, because we know that the universe makes space in our lives and it doesn't for new things. And it doesn't have to make space in a way always that is wrenching and terrible and hard. No, sometimes we make space because there are just natural letting go with love type situations. So I think that's interesting because we also have, as we know, these beginnings, these two Four of Wands that are showing up here for you of that gateway energy. So that's something to just keep an eye on so that, activating your own abundance, you're not blocking natural cycles of release so that the new can begin. So just keep that in mind. It's like the energy just moving on to better things is what I feel with that. All right, let's pull one more. Let's see what else. But also, the Six of Cups is a blessing energy. And you have the card with blessings with a cornucopia. So it could also be moving on from some sort of lack. That is possible. But using the energies, it comes through the appreciation of where you are right now, that attitude of gratitude. Thoughts become things, as we know. All right, what do we have here? We have originality. We have Mercury in Aquarius. So your ruling planet showing up here in the sign of genius, also your ninth house of expansion, growth, taking a risk, spiritual learning, inventions. Mercury is going into Aquarius probably in a couple weeks. Right now, it just went into Capricorn. I don't have the exact date at my fingertips. You'd have to, Google that. But that could be a particularly interesting time for you with Mercury and Aquarius showing up here. But also, we had this problem solving with the Mars. So when you put your mind to inventing new solutions and then put them into action with the Mars, right? The solutions to problems and taking action, You have the potential to be unstoppable in 2026, Gemini, through using the energies in this way. And I think this also ties in with the hermit energy that we had as well earlier, because, to figure out those solutions and to have that time for original thought, you do need time to just be with yourself, the hermit, to hear your mind think. And this could also be corresponding with Uranus, as I said earlier, going back into your sign. All right, let's see what we need to know about this. Originality, the Mercury, how you're communicating. King of Coins. Wow. And the Chariot. All right. So if you really want to go places, the Chariot, everything's a metaphor. In 2026, it is about taking action in a way that is grounded and steady, the King of Coins, but is also focused in on your own inventive thinking to forge a path, Chariot, that others have not forged. And this is all you, the Chariot. So what this is saying also to me is that, again, the King of Coins is a great energy, but it can be a little stuck in its ways. It's like, well, if this works, then let's just keep doing that. And the Chariot can be, well, let's explore different options and let's move on and explore them quickly and see what works, because it can also be a choice energy going on here with the Chariot. So I feel like you could be finding this solution, this original path, this original solution that still could perhaps bring you prosperity, the King of Coins, but it's unconventional path in some way. So this could be an unconventional career path, an unconventional way. And when I say unconventional, it's just original, unique to growing and expanding your business if you have one, etc. It definitely is the thinking outside the box in terms of what's already been done, not following that, but following the new way, the Chariot, the new path forward. And some idea that maybe sparks in terms of, again, Aquarius energy, which is your 9th house of international connections, foreign relations, travel, internet businesses, these types of things. So you can still perhaps make money at it, King of Coins, but you might make more money at it, again, might, depending on how you use the energies, by doing it very differently and doing it in a way, though, that's still aligned with your energy, because this is your ruling planet, Mercury, showing up in this card. All right, Gemini, very interesting energies in your reading thus far. Now we have one more thing to look at, which is what is the planet Jupiter doing? Because Jupiter often is associated with abundance and bounty. Jupiter will be in Cancer until June 30th, which is your 2nd house of show me the money, self-worth, self-esteem. And then Jupiter will move into Leo, your 3rd house of your mind, your mindset, writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, local environments, energies of your mindset. All right, this receptivity card fell out. This is the 2 of Wands in the regular tarot. This is Osho Zen Tarot I am using here. So this Jupiter in Cancer, yes, possibly could be bringing you new possibilities to take a look at from now until June 30th. Notice the eagle is flying in the sky and he's looking down for, paying attention to what might be coming into view. So this could be about taking a look at your financial situation, your business situation, since it's the wand showing up, from a higher vantage point, the bird's eye view, looking at the bigger picture, in other words, of your situation. And seeing, yes, what possible solutions, this is also associated with Mars, this card, 2 of Wands, could be discovered if you step back a little bit and see the bigger picture. This ties back with this card, this Mars, right? Every problem has a solution. And being curious, that was the first word on this card. Like this eagle, like scanning, looking, curious. What might pop out of the desert brush in this card? What opportunity? And being very focused, as the eagle is, on what is moving that maybe is just coming into view as a possibility. So I would say being very alert to opportunity for the first 6 months of 2026. And like the eagle, being ready to strike on the goals that are important to you when something you see starts coming in. Like we were talking about before with this versatility, not just taking any old thing or being flexible to be flexible, but to really own your own desires and move on them quickly. And also with this Page of Swords, having your mind clear and ready to go with whatever might be coming in for you. I'm getting also kind of like just striking while the iron is hot when something comes in like this. This is not about diddly-dawdling either, if it feels aligned for you. All right, now let's look at Jupiter in Leo and what you might need to know here. And because the Four of Wands has repeated in this reading, it is possible there might be 2 quote unquote door opening opportunities for you in the year ahead to activate your abundance. And we have the Fool. Beautiful. Taking a risk, taking a chance, journeying into the unknown, which fits Uranus going into your sign at the end of April again, which fits the energy we just looked at of originality of the Mercury in Aquarius. The unconventional approach has the strong possibility of opening a path of abundance for you in the year ahead. This is not business as usual. So whatever problems you need to solve cannot be solved with old mindsets, old approaches, maybe even old locations. The Fool, right? The travel energy, the 9th house being activated with the Mercury in Aquarius, the travel, the getting out of your own way, getting out of certain beliefs you've held up to this point, trying new things. But anything new you try from these energies, in my opinion, you'd be well advised to choose them because they align with you. And as I said before, that you're not choosing them because they're conforming to what other people want from you. So again, new path ahead with the Fool. The Fool is also associated with Uranus. And the other thing too is with Uranian energy, it's like the eagle that I was just talking about. Uranian energy is electric. Bzzzt. It comes in and it's quick. It may shock you a little bit and you need to take action fast. It's not about waiting around to see what happens. So the way you move forward with that Chariot, with the energies that came out before, it could be that you get on that road very quickly. Work with the metaphor here. So the versatility, the flexibility may need to be in how fast you decide to move on something in your life that could create abundance for you. So again, apply the energies to your life. So thank you so much, Gemini, for joining me for your 2026 activation of abundance energies. I would love to hear in the comments how you plan on using these energies in the year ahead to create whatever type of abundance you are looking forward to manifesting in the year ahead. And as always, if you would like a personal look at your money activation energies, you can book a reading with me, link in the description. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.